I consider it a great privilege to be part of the information sections organized by AfterSchoolAfrica.
So how do you finance your master's degree abroad? The straightforward way is that you have the money. But of course, life is not always as straightforward as we want it to be. Then you begin to look for financial assistance. And the first place to look at is scholarship.
I'm mad that I did not meet Kenya and Mpower 20-something years ago when I went abroad. Because back then I had to figure everything out myself. But the good thing is I was lucky that I met people along the way that taught me. But everything I did, I could have done it shorter.
Data technology, so it's very important and intentional. But the course you're going for, the school you're going for, what you've been doing so far till now for you to want to go and school, it's very important that you're able to, narrate that and provide us all the documents that we need.
All the questions needed to have answers to, I was able to get everything. The facilitators were able to do justice to everything.
Hello everyone, my name is Oyindamola Rasheed. I'm representing Mpower as a Business Development Manager for Africa. My experience today has been really amazing. I'm thrilled to be a part of this event and to support After School as much as we can. They're one of our major partners doing amazing work here in Africa in supporting students to access global education using accessible financial resources such as Mpower to finance your study abroad. So yeah, I'm super excited to be here to connect with people and also support after school as much as we can to ensure that you are able to access international student loan to finance your study abroad. Thank you.
More on what people that currently use Mpower loan, what they're saying. You can go on to Trustpilot. We have students from Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria, India, Southeast Asia who have used Mpower loan or are currently even using Mpower loan as their funding option for their school in the US and Canada. You can go and read about them, what they're saying about our products, the process, and also the ease of repaying after school is to check for your eligibility. After checking for your eligibility, it takes 30 seconds. You know if you're eligible for an Mpower loan or not. If you're eligible, then you start your application process. Your application process takes about 30 minutes. Then you'll be provided a conditional offer from Mpower. So this conditional offer is stating that, okay, from the information you provided to us, it's looking likely that you would have an Mpower loan. But we'll now require you to upload some documents like for your own country address, your international passport, valid international passport, your high 20, your work experience, so your resume. So we require all these documents, your first degree certification or your transcript. We require all this information. You provide all this information, then we're able to provide you a final offer. When we provide you a final offer, then we can now disburse the loan to your school. Remember, the loans are being disbursed directly to your school. So when we disburse the loan to your school, there is usually the funding in progress, and then we disburse the loan, and then you get, confirmation from your school that your loan has been disbursed to your school, and you can go for your education. In fact, sometimes, because we're partnered with the school, when we send a certification to the school to certify you that you're coming to the school, the loan doesn't have to hit the school account before you can even move to the US. And we have a team that reflects our borrowers. Like I said, I'm a Nigerian and I'm an international student, so I'm able to put myself in the shoes of my fellow Nigerians who are looking to afford to have a global education. So our team, we reflect our borrowers, so we're usually very excited and happy to receive questions or to receive queries from students so that we can support and see how we can implement better in order to support you. And one of our biggest partners is AfterSchoolAfrica, which is why we're here at this event today. They've supported a lot of students. We keep seeing ways to improve and to ensure that we're still supporting students. So big ups to Ekene and team. Mpower is really proud of the work you guys are doing. when we think about and reflect what our Nigerian partners are doing and the impact it has on Nigerians themselves in accessing global education, I mean, it's something that we're really excited about, and which is why we're here today. So thank you. I think I'll be open to questions right now. Okay, so the video is ready. So they'll play the video, and then afterwards, then I then answer your questions. Thank you.
How we can tell that this person is mainstream through AfterSchoolAfrica. If you go directly to the Mpower website to register, we wouldn't have your data. And if you have any issues that you need to be resolved, we can help you. So you have to register through this QR code. And there's also an incentive. Hopefully, some of you here get to benefit from it. There's a $25 cash back for the first 25 people who get their loans approved. So we had some persons in the first session. Hopefully, am I blocking you guys? Okay. Let's make it a fair contest. So you can do the registration now. And when you get to the session where you should select how you got to hear about this loan, expand the options and select conference. There's a section where you have conference. Seminar, something, presentation conference. So select that and get on with the option. And then
the list, and the school I chose was partnership with Mpower, and I applied. That was after I got admission. They gave me a temporary admission, and then when I applied, I was actually denied, and I'm on the waiting list for 90 days now, which is going to expire in January 2024. And my start of my admission to is supposed to be June 2024 too. So right now I'm on the waiting list to reapply. But the question I actually want to ask, because they were on the list, so I really don't know. Okay, yes. When I asked, they gave me the reason why I was denied. One of the reasons was that the course that I chose, I don't have experience in the course. And the course I chose, I've never done it before. So that was the reason given to me. So I don't know what next now, because I'm on the waiting list.
Okay, I can't tell how long it took for you to graduate from your previous program. So usually, why we're usually adamant on, and if you remember when I started the session, I said be very intentional about your work experience, right, your resume. If you graduated like 10 years ago, and you now want to do your master's, we want to expect that for you to master in something, it means that you really like that thing, you've done that thing before, right? So even if you're going for, let me give a random course, you're going for data science, right? You've never done anything with regards to data, but maybe you're an entrepreneur, you own your own business. I'm sure you take daily records of your sales and all of that, There's a way you can articulate that will show that you're using data or that information to make an informed decision for your business. So that's why I said it's very important that you are able to articulate what you've done. You can, if you've graduated for a long time and you want to resume school back, we don't want it to be that you're resuming school back out of just wanting to resume school back. We want it to be that there's something that interests you in that thing that you want to master into.
For a long period of time, I've actually looked at all the schools that is in partnership with Mpower over the period of time. And then somebody raised a question of HND. Yeah, I can't remember the person. So, for me, looking at the list you have in Canada, those with HND are more likely to go into colleges because of, since they cannot go directly to masters. And I look at the schools you have, you don't have much of college in Canada per se. Is there any improvement that you're going to do, or is there any advice you're going to have for those that are HND holders? Thank you.
As you see, sort of like this is more like every month, right? You keep onboarding schools, right? Onboarding schools We're not just seeing schools and saying we want to select you. It has to go through some selling process because remember, your fund is going to that school. So we need to, get some information, get some validation before we can even partner with the school. However, I think someone had asked, what is the difference between a university compared to a college? A university is a larger institution that provides you more options for study, right? But with colleges, you have very limited options. Maybe associate degrees and all of that, but they're very limited. But for universities, you see that there are multiple options. In fact, you see that you have different, what's it called, departments or so, right, for universities.
When will Empower start providing cost of living for schools in Canada? Right? I know at the moment it's just tuition. So when will you add cost of living to that? And then secondly, going by what you just said.
Sorry, let me answer your first question first, so that I don't miss your second question when you ask. For your first question, Northeastern University. However, for the others, we provide just tuition fee. And that's because of the peculiar nature of Canada, right? We're still trying to understand the restrictions that come to paying for living expenses. We've been able to act that for Northeastern University, but we're currently working on acting the rest, right? Because we understand that, yeah, if we can do that for US, then we should be able to do that for Canada. However, once this is done, I'm sure we communicated to you so far as you're part of like our list. If you come to after school, you check for your eligibility and all of that. Then you'll be updated on that. But for now, it's not like we don't have any university that we're providing living expenses. We have one, not this time university, both tuition and living expenses. Unfortunately, it is limited, but that is not. We have to follow the government rules in order to be able to establish a ground.
Can we get a job in another country after school? Because, in order to pay the loan back, so that's 6 months, if you get a job in another country, do you have a specific requirement for the job you must have in order to pay your loan back?
No, you can, in fact, you can just come back to Nigeria. Yes, you can choose to be wherever it is you want to be. However, there's an agreement, on how you intend to pay your loan. There's the bank that you're paying your loan from. There's the bank where you're debiting your loan from. And remember, if you default on your loan, it's your credit history that you're joking with. It's not ours, right? So there is already that agreement that you can try to travel anywhere, but there's that auto debit that we're having from you like every month, right? And one thing about Empower, which I think after school can align with, is at every stage you have in your repayment phase, there's always that instant communication with our customer relations officer. There's an instant communication.
My name is Carlo Elijah. My question, okay, before I go straight to the question, I just want to chip something in from what my colleague said about HND. From the little knowledge I have, that has been a challenge for HND holders. I'm also a HND holder in accounting. So, due to my research, I got to know that there is one particular school that Empower supports, and that school is OCMT, Ontario College of Technology and Management. So, they offer business courses and so many of that, and they can also accept HND. So you can also make your research on that. So my own question is this, because there's a way they are doing this. They said they support all these courses and all of that. So I'm asking if accounting is really part of that STEM, because they don't make it clear, so that let it not be that after applying they say, where do you see accounting? And secondly, the second question is this. I also learned that there is a credit report. A credit report is required before you apply for the loan. How do you people handle the credit report? Who gets it? Am I the one that will get it, or you have the responsibility to get it on my behalf? So I would like to know details about it. Thank you.
So for your credit rating, when you have a dashboard, credit report, you have your dashboard, right? When you start your application, you have your dashboard. On your dashboard, you will see that you bring out upload documents. You list out the documents you need to particular link that should help you in redirecting you to upload your query.
My name is Clinton, and I got offered admission by two universities in the US. One is Florida International University, and the other one is Montclair State University. Now, I have received from I-20 from Florida International University, and tuition and living expenses on the from I-20 is about $39,000. I actually received it from I-20 about 3 weeks ago. I have not gone further, I have not done any processing because I was told that I need to have health insurance. I need to purchase health insurance on par with the laws of Florida State. And that health insurance cost about $7,400 aside the tuition and living expense. So I'm asking if Mpower can provide loan for that health insurance.
Let me ask a question. For the health insurance, can you do it in alignment with the school? Or inside of the school?
Yeah, there are two ways you can actually do the health insurance. One is by doing it here in Nigeria. While the second way is by purchasing it from the school, and that's $7,400.
That's what I wanted to get. If you're purchasing it from the school, then you can include it as part of the expenses, right? Because the money is disbursed directly to the school. However, there will be a breakdown on what your tuition is. So ideally, we send a certification. Mpower will send a certification to the school to certify that the information you provided is correct, you're coming for this semester, and to also certify that your cost of attendance is actually what you have listed as your cost of attendance, and your living expenses and your health insurance, right? So it would all be indicated there. What our advice is, you should have a conversation with your financial aid officer to clearly state that it's a loan provider that will be paying for your health insurance. And our advice, since you have your admission and you're a high value applicant, right? So you can send an email to, AfterSchool will support you with the email to send, your queries on health insurance to. So they are giving you like the next step what to take, right? Because I don't think that the place on our application portal where you put in the health insurance amount. I think there are other expenses there where you put that amount in, but you want to state it clearly. So, which is my advice, go through a partner, right? Because then they will understand your situation and they'll be able to clearly communicate that to Mpower, right? But most likely, if your health insurance is tied to your school, you should be able to get a loan from it. So far as it's tied to the school and that loan for that thing can be disbursed to the school.
Is there any hope that you'll be including Conesoga soon? And people like, okay, I got the admission in strategic global business management. So for that course, is there some kind of way that you consider me in particular with the fact that I am here today?
University, right? If Mpower wants to be a partner to that university doesn't want to be a partner to Mpower. We can't force our relationship. And if the university wants to be a partner with Mpower, but they do not meet the criteria of being a university partner to Mpower, we also cannot break our laws, because of that university. So unfortunately, I really wish I could do something for you, especially because of this event, but there's nothing I can do. What I can just advise is that's a really good course that you're going for. Why don't you check out other universities that provide that and also have the same value as that particular university that you're just opted for?
Okay, thank you. But is there any way you could make a case for it?
They're not a partner at all. So I can't make a case for a university that is not a partner at all. So many criteria to onboarding a university as a partner. I don't know if that particular university has probably not even met the criteria.
The question is this now asked respect to accounting be regarded as STEM course. You understand? But from the flyer, what I'm seeing from this after school stuff, I'm seeing that after STEM they have business or management degrees. My question is finance, but I intend to do MSc in finance, but I've already done MBA in business administration. So I want to do, I intend doing MSc in finance. So my question is MSc in finance regarding as STEM course?
So let me repeat again. All degrees are accepted with Mpower, regardless of STEM, right? All degrees. You can be going for psychology, all degrees are accepted. So that apply to even the accounting and other finance courses, and they've gotten Mpower loan, right? It's not restricted to only STEM. You can apply to any degree. I'm just saying that from experience and knowing how we use Arabic data technology, STEM courses are of high value because I mean, I want to say that for accounting, maybe in the next 10 years, you probably have an AI that is providing you all of these things, right? So it's a bit shaky, right? But it's not like it's no value at all. We're just saying that, we're trying to forecast and foresee your future potential in it. So why don't you go for like a course that, in the next 10 years is still relevant?
You get a rejection in your visa. How do we how do we get a refund? Are we still going to be in partnership in terms of the value, or are you get your refund back to the I want to be sure of that one. Then two is that
before we even disburse the loan to a school, there's a process. Like I said, you need to check if you're eligible. After checking if you're eligible, you need to start your application and then get a conditional offer from Mpower. When you get a conditional offer from Mpower, you are now required to upload your documents. These documents are like your admissions letter, your valid international passport, your own country address, your resume, and all of those things, right? Once you upload all of those documents, then you get when we verify those documents, you get your loan approved. It's either your loan has been approved or it has been cancelled or it was not approved. If your loan is approved, then you can request for a support letter for your visa application. When you request for a support letter for your visa application and you eventually get your visa and you upload the data page, we then send a certification to your school. So you see that the next step is not disbursing the loan to your school. We need to see that visa page when you have your loan approved. We need to see that visa page before we send a certification to your school, and then your school will certify you, and then Mpower will disburse your loan. But if you've not passed that stage, we cannot get to loan disbursement stage. Do you understand? So that stage needs to be completed or cleared before we move to the next stage.
Thanks. So the next one is, so do you have a support service that helps check those schools? I mean, if you are in those schools that would not require maybe Toefl or maybe IELTS and all that. Do you have any support system?
No, we do not have a support. So the thing is, we expect you to have done your research on your school. We expect you to have done the research on your school, right? I mean, we're already supporting you with visa, we're supporting you with jobs, so we expect that if you really want to school, right, and get that that qualification that you want, you should be able to do your research to see if the schools that you choose to want to go that are offering your courses, what are their requirements, and do I meet their requirements? Are they offering Toefl? Do I really want to do Toefl? If I don't want to do it, what are the other options that I have?
Service as well. But then we balance it because often work with people who are looking for loans as well. So we have to balance it with schools that Mpower supports and schools that we also have partnership with in terms of the study side. So often in most cases, the schools that you would prefer that does not require English tests or GMATs and all of that will not be supported by Mpower. Your CV, if you have it either in soft copy or hard copy, you can go over there and we can do the entire application right here and now. That you know if you can even get a conditional offer. Yes, I mean it. If you have your admission letter, that is, you've gotten admission already, and your school is supported by Mpower, you have your passport, international passport, you have your proof of address, you have your CV, admission letter, mention that. So if you have that, then do the loan, the entire loan application here and now, and you see if you're eligible. Other than that, you can still go ahead with just checking out your eligibility. If you're eligible, you can hold up from there. Once you get admission, or rather, you can continue the application process. Once you have your admission letter, then you can complete the application. You don't have to come to our office. Everything is done virtually. Well, if you insist, we welcome it. Yes, residential proof of address. Yeah. So that's that for now. Thank you for coming.
Good afternoon. My name is Tosin Adediran. I consider it a great privilege to be part of the information sections organized by AfterSchoolAfrica. It was an eye-opening section trying to put us through on how to finance our postgrad and even undergraduate educations, starting from the first sections by Mr. Phillips. Mr. Phillips being someone that has passed through the process and then also a beneficiary of a loan like Mpower loan, actually instill a lot of confidence in us that it is something that is achievable and it is something that we can push for. And then going through Oyindamola section, who is a representative of Mpower, it was such an eye opener because it was able to put us through all that we needed to get through our application process, and then also trying to share on those insights that we need to work on for the preparations of our documents so that we don't get rejected by Mpower during the application process. It was such a very great opportunity to be here, and then I think if I had this information prior to this period, it would have been an added advantage for me to have scaled through my first admission offer that I got. But now I think I'm much more prepared and ready to take this advantage and leverage on the information that I've gotten here so that I will be able to get the right finance for my education, most especially from Mpower. So thanks to After School for these great information sections, and also thanks also to Mpower for actually coming up with this kind of program. Thank you very much.
We will verify your tuition amount and funds will be disbursed directly to your school. Use our loan payment calculator on our website to estimate your monthly payment. You're now conditionally approved. With just a few more steps to finalize your loan, you'll need to sign your loan documents, upload your visa, and get your school to approve the loan amount and funding date. You can visit your dashboard at any time along the way. Congratulations on taking this important first step towards your future with Mpower. We're excited to support you on your educational journey.
Be within 2 years of graduation. It means that if you're going for a master's program, right, it needs to be 2 years or less. So 24 months or less. If it's greater than 2 years, then you're not eligible for an Mpower loan. So it needs to be within 2 years or less. I get a lot of people asking me that within 2 years, is it okay if I'm doing my undergraduate and I graduated like 3 years ago, can I apply for an Mpower loan? Yes. When I mean within 2 years, it means the program you're going for now for your graduate program needs to be within 2 years. It's a 2-year program or less than 2 years. And also, if you're just sitting down here, thinking about, oh, I really want to do my master's, or I'm inspired by what Philip has said, and I want to do my master's and move to the US, you can actually apply for an Mpower loan, right? You can be thinking about it and be applying for your Mpower loan. So you can be applying for your school and your Mpower loan in parallel, right? And also, if you've been accepted to a school, you can, of course, apply for an Mpower loan. In fact, we see you as a high-value applicant because we know that if you've been accepted, then you need to pay for your tuition. So we sort of take your entire priority than when you're just thinking about it. And if you've been enrolled to a school, yeah, perfect. Yes, it could be that you're going for maybe a 3-year program. You pay for your first 2 years, and the last year you don't have the financial accessibility to complete that program. You can apply for an Mpower loan, and then we pay for that final year when you're in school. And also, we have over 400 university partners, so there's a lot of options for you to look through. We've partnered with over 400 universities in the US and in Canada. So you can look through the options we have. If your school is in one of the options, then yeah, you're eligible for an Mpower loan. When you get your conditional offer, that's when you'll be required to upload some certain documents. So we're expecting that by then you should have gotten your admissions letter. By then you should have gotten some document, your own country address, ensure that your passport is valid, and all other documents that will be required from you. Loan, you do not require collateral. I know that a lot of people are sort of like skeptical about loans because it feels like you have to give a lot to get a loan, right? In Nigeria, you have to either give your property in order to get like a loan. But with Mpower, we don't expect you to give us anything. At least when we haven't even given you the loan yet. The loan is online. You have a dashboard where you see everything that's going on with your loan. And then when your loan is being disbursed to your school, this information you'll also see that status online, sort of like supporting for your tuition and living expenses. So we provide a support letter as part of a proof of fund in order to get your visa. It is very important that you provide all they need for you to get your visa. Do not depend on your money from Mpower for your visa application. The US Embassy, they do not understand that when you leave your country, you're leaving your country with a zero balance. 100 schools, like I said, there are a lot of options for you to select from. You can even have 3 schools in mind that you want to apply for. Check out of the 3 how many are currently partnered with Mpower for you to start your application. Argument is made, you already would see that before you sign your final offer. So you have like a proper understanding on where your loan is at, how much you'll be repaying, and what the next step will be for you. And the loan is disbursed directly to the school. And I think if I remember well, I had a question where someone was saying that maybe the money, when they send the money to the person's account or something like your living expenses, it simply means that the accommodation you're getting is within the school because that accommodation amount is remitted to the school, right? So if it's outside the school, we can't cover that because we don't know how the house owners in the US and in Canada, so it needs to be within the school.
Edxtra is my name. I work with AfterSchoolAfrica. Today we had a student international loan, the first of its kind in Lagos. Today is 18th of November 2023. We had 2 sections, one in the morning from 10, and this is the second section as I speak now. We just run it off. It's been an amazing section where people asked questions concerning how they can get loan to study in either USA or Canada. We partnered with Mpower to see that this is a reality. And today we're amazed with the kind of questions we had. There are a lot of people finding out, okay, I have admission. What if I need a loan? What can I do? And then some people discovered that they were not eligible, while some were eligible. Reasons being that schools that they want to go for are not supported, why some were eligible. So today we came to give them information on how they could leverage opportunities. Today we also had speakers like Oyindamola Rasheed, who is a representative from Mpower, who gave us detailed analysis of how we could get loans. And we also have a story from Mr. Philip, who shared his experience of getting loans. In fact, it was a great time how he could pay back on still paying back from his story. And we also had a story of someone who AfterSchoolAfrica helped to get loan, and how he is still studying there right now in the USA. So it has been a great experience and people learned a lot. In fact, they were excited to also know that the loan processing is free. So I think this is an opportunity for anyone out there seeking to study abroad in either USA or Canada to leverage on.